I'm Abby,
And I'm Anna.
and this is Serious Beef.
Welcome.
It is episode 3 of Spooky Beef.
This is episode 3 of Spooky Beef?
It is.
I thought it was only 2.
Nope, because episode 1 came out today and we've already recorded one.
Oh, I'll be darned.
You know that we have, because when this comes out, that one will come out the week before.
Oh my god. I'm so lame. Okay.
We talked about the dinosaurs, if you recall.
Oh, you're right. That was your beef. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, gotcha.
Ashley, our everything has returned to us, and just in
Yay.
time.
Yay,
Hola.
just in time. Just in time for our 3rd Spooky Beef episode.
It's true. She's vital for this episode, because today we're talking about 2 of Ashley's favorite things, or maybe not her favorite things, but 2 things that she has entwined into her life.
I would definitely say not her favorite things. You're
No.
right. But
Very paranormal. We got
basically shit happens to Ashley. So.
it does. We got so today we're talking about paranormal experiences and cryptids.
Some more cryptid
Love me some
information.
cryptids.
Love
That
some
she does
cryptids.
love. You're right.
You love that.
It's
All right.
it's crazy interesting.
I think it's fun.
It's very fun.
I think it's fun.
Makes you believe in magic.
It does not do that for me, but I get the same enjoyment out of it. I get the same enjoyment.
It does not do that for you.
I get the same enjoyment out of it as I get out of like reading about like D&D monsters and things like that. Like they're made up things,
It's
and
interesting.
I think it's just fun.
Yes, it is fun.
So
you're not going to catch Abby on a
no
Bigfoot hunt.
No, not seriously. You might catch me there, but I'm not going to be taking it very seriously.
Okay.
She's
just along for the beer.
I'm there to people watch. Is what I'm there to do.
There you go. Well, let's start with our beef.
What's our beef, Ashley? I know you've got beef.
Ashley said
My
she had
beef is a cryptid named Squonk.
You got beef with this cryptid specifically?
I guess it's just, I don't know. I guess my beef is figuring out why people. Okay, so let me just give you the background.
Tell me about
Squonk.
Squonk.
Squonk is from Pennsylvania.
Well, I understand.
And
I hate everyone from Pennsylvania.
And-
Just kidding.
it's unfortunate.
Squonk cries because he is so ugly.
Oh, I just found a picture of him. He is pretty ugly.
And he avoids anything that he can see as reflection, all that kind of stuff. But other than that, he's friendly. They have a Squonkapalooza festival.
Are you kidding me? A Squonkapalooza.
Yes. It's a family-friendly Squonkapalooza festival.
God.
But I guess my beef is, like, how do we know that is why Squonk's crying? Is he actually crying because we keep saying that he's crying because he's the ugliest, like, cryptid?
The most disgusting piece of shit on the
Like,
planet.
At this point.
but it is said that if you like corner Squonk, he will cry so much that he dissolves into a puddle.
Maybe he has really severe anxiety.
Maybe.
Because he's being cornered.
Exactly. Like, is he crying legitimately because he thinks himself so ugly, or is it because we have decided, hey, Squonk, you're ugly?
I'll say, not even the top 10 ugliest things I've ever seen, truthfully.
Really?
No.
That's for another podcast, but I'm
He
going to need to
looks
know
like
what
a
your other
naked
things
mole
are.
rat.
He looks a little bit like a naked mole help me.
Mole rat.
My episode stroke. He does a little bit, but he's a little like weirdly more fat. I don't know if that's
He
the
looks
right
like
word.
an armadillo without a hard shell.
This one has he's got warts or some shit.
Yeah, they say he's covered in warts. Like his description.
Oh, well, maybe he's not. Maybe he is in the top 10 ugliest things I've ever seen.
Description
Well,
is
the one that I'm
It's got
looking at.
weird little hairs coming out.
Do you see the one that's got this lavender kind of background? He's tan colored.
Yeah. What in the world?
I don't think he looks that ugly there.
But the back end actually looks quite weird.
Well, I wouldn't look at that part.
That's,
But I'll
the
say,
weird little hairs sticking out of him and stuff.
So-
It's not
yeah,
good
but
to
you
look
ever
at.
seen one of those ugly little rat dog things that are
Yes.
hairless and they got
Also ugly.
Chrome the Warrior King, if you will?
yeah,
Yes.
so ugly they're cute.
No,
That's
No.
kind of what I feel
so
with Squonk.
ugly.
Just ugly.
Just so.
That's kind of what I feel with Squonk.
No,
he's so ugly that he's kind of cute.
I
Now
wouldn't
this
consider
there's
it
several,
cute. I
There's
just-
different renderings of him. This one they made him look more like a pig.
Yeah.
Which is a cute. This is a cuter drawing. So I think
Right.
it just depends on this one made him look more like a frog. I mean, the lizard kind
I
of
mean,
thing.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and
Yeah.
I am beholding not very much beauty, but that's okay. He is what he is.
Yeah, it depends on your drawing of him. Some of them are really,
But
really
like
gross.
people say you can track him by following his path of tears
Oh,
and whatnot.
well.
And I'm just like,
That's how you can find me.
what the hell?
Oh man,
so yeah, that's my beef.
from Pennsylvania, and I mean, I would cry too if I was from Pennsylvania. I think.
I believe he is in the hemlock forest.
Wow.
Yeah, the hemlock forests of Pennsylvania.
I have to be either an Eagles fan or a Steelers fan. What a terrible way
Can't
to
do
live
it.
your life.
Both terrible. Both terrible.
Although Taylor Swift is from Pennsylvania.
Really? Originally?
Yeah.
But then moved to Nashville?
Yep. We can't have it all, you know. But
That's true.
she escaped. She got out.
You're right. Here's the thing for Squonkapalooza.
Squonkapalooza. That's on the bucket list.
That's actually hilarious.
I would love to go to
Add it to
Squonkapalooza.
the list.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Well, sorry, Squonk. If you're really a sweet creature and you just want some love, it's not going to come from us.
it sure is not.
But
I would give him a hug.
we're sorry.
It sure
We're
is.
sorry for your tears.
It sure is not. I am realizing we didn't come up with a secret sauce, so actually go give me a sauce.
Wow, no pressure.
No she cooks. She knows things.
Red wine vinaigrette.
A red wine vinaigrette sauce.
I don't know if
You know what? She went with the red wine reduction before, so
at least it's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a repeat.
Oh, I don't know.
That's
I
okay.
keep going up on the spot.
Gee whiz, Ash, you're supposed to have that memorized.
I know. Come on, don't worry. I put together a sheet.
You know what? Whatever it is what we've said it. That we're good. It's fine.
It's true.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So, well, on the subject of cryptids, I assume everybody here has a favorite cryptid.
I do have a favorite cryptid.
Well, hit me with it.
My favorite is the Loch Ness Monster. I
Tell me
can
about
remember
it.
hearing about that when I was a kid, and you see those grainy, terrible pictures of the shadow of the long neck, out
Which
of
is
the
been
water.
confirmed it's a hoax.
Yes, every sighting supposedly at this point has been debunked.
Debunked.
Right, but it's kind of cool. It's just
Yeah.
kind of cool to think that there's something in this big lake, because I am not going to go in that lake, so I'm Sarah. Or it's a loch. It's in Scotland, so it's
Yes.
a loch. But yeah, I'm no fool. I'm not going in there.
No.
The worst
But-
thing in that lock is eel.
It's true. And they eat it, so it's probably fine. Right?
I don't hope so.
Who knows? So there's actually a camera, a webcam, I guess, that's set up that watches this lock
Okay.
like 24/7, right?
Okay.
And it's like there's like a bed and breakfast, like you could go and stay. Wouldn't that be amazing? What that would be.
If I ever went to Scotland, that would be
Yeah.
a stop.
Absolutely would be a stop, right? And there's this gentleman, and his name is very Scottish, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, but he watches this webcam like all the time from his home in Ireland. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's obsessed with Nessie.
Okay.
And so he says that there's new footage from this webcam of something making two different wakes in the water
I think I've seen this.
at two different times, and therefore there may now be two Nessies in the loch. I mean, but we were talking about those too. Like this, I was a kid when I remember hearing about this. So maybe she had babies, and she might not even the original
Maybe.
Loch Ness monster may not even be alive anymore.
Maybe.
Who knows?
A lot of animals that do asexual reproduction
Right.
are aquatic
animals. So maybe she got
I-
herself pregnant.
I
and-
think the Loch Ness
a couple
monster
babies.
is more of like a sea serpent, so a very long snake,
Mm-hmm.
versus the
Or dinosaur
plesiosaurus
type. Yeah.
I think
Gotcha.
that's what it is.
Sounds
it-
about right.
Yeah, I think that is more common, or it could be just like one gigantic eel.
Yeah.
Because they do have so many eel
It's
in
true.
that lake.
It's true.
Or at that lock. So I'm like, that's my thoughts on it. Maybe it might be like just some unknown eel that we haven't categorized or anything.
This story was published just September 24th, 2024.
Oh.
So like very recent. Right?
Oh my god, yeah.
That
That's
this-
it's like a week ago.
Right. Yeah, super recent. And
Maybe
so this guy claims that he's got the pictures here of two different wakes and that you can see, supposedly bumps in them, and that proves that there's who knows? It
Yeah.
could be being made by anything. We don't know.
Yeah,
Who can
so,
say?
but something's definitely making waves.
Something's making
something's
waves
out there.
Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. So that's my favorite. I think it's a cool story, and would be amazing to, like I said, put that on the bucket list someday, maybe to go by Loch Ness. But
I think you're saying like to go buy. Like I'm gonna put some money down. I'm gonna buy Loch.
I'm gonna buy Loch Ness and retire there.
It's true.
No, I'm not.
No,
But
I don't.
interesting anyway, right? So,
I think so.
all right.
Do you know
Who's next?
Did you know that?
Oh.
This has to do with
Sorry.
the Loch Ness monster.
Go for it.
Based on Google Trends search data over the last 12 months, as of whenever this article came out, they have a thing of the most popular cryptid by state.
Oh,
Okay. And all around us, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, it's like werewolf. And then Missouri and Kansas and Oklahoma is like chupacabra.
Yes.
But
Which is a really fun one to say.
chupacabra.
Right.
I love chupacabra.
The Wendigo is Wisconsin and Minnesota. But Illinois is the Loch Ness Monster.
What?
We're the most, like, the most, in Illinois,
we Googled.
we Googled the Loch Ness Monster more than any other cryptid.
I just did it.
Well, we're adding to it. We're adding to it. So,
Okay.
yep, the Loch Ness Monster. So, I just thought
That's
I'd
my favorite.
tack that on there.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yep, little fun fact for you.
Okay.
Ashley, hit me. What you got?
Oh, there's so many to choose from. Which one do I go? I
Who's
mean,
your
I
fave?
kind
Oh,
of
come
gotta.
on.
I
Come
know.
on.
your fave?
I gotta go with my boy Bigfoot.
My boy, Bigfoot.
We
I
all know
have
she loves
a
Bigfoot.
tattoo on me as him being the hide and seek champion. I say him, it's a him, her, all of them. I think there's a species out there, something that's not being documented correctly. And
Okay.
just love Bigfoot. Sasquatch, Big Money Monster, that whole,
Yeti.
all of them. I just all think they're
Abominable
cool.
snowman. Are they all
Yep.
the same kind of species?
Yeah, no, it's there's just so many like documented like things, and sometimes like you see footage like trail cameras and that kind of stuff, and it's just like I don't know, there's something there.
I think I'm with you.
Especially when you like get into like the Amazon and that kind of stuff where they have skunk apes and things like that.
Well, the Amazon's kind of like, the ocean where we don't really even know some of the species,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you think about silverback gorillas; those weren't discovered until what, the 70s, 80s.
There's apes and shit like that are discovered.
There's all kinds of animals.
Yeah.
all the time.
Now, do I think in the United States where all of these things are popping up? Probably not. Not in like highly populated areas, but I do think there's stuff in like less populated areas. He's the hide and seek champion for a reason. Like,
That's fair.
Hide and seek champion. That's awesome.
Well, I think I thought about it, and I was really thinking that maybe I liked the chupacabra. I thought El Chupacabra, but I was wrong. That was not correct.
Oh, but then you were wrong.
I looked through, thanks to Wikipedia, I was able to, quickly go through, because I know Olivia likes Mothman, and then there's like the Jersey Devil
Yep.
and Yetis, and there's apparently a skunk ape in Florida.
Yep.
Who knew?
Oh, a skunk ape?
A
Yeah.
skunk ape.
Ooh,
There's
it smells horrible.
That's a terrible combination.
yeah, it's in a swamp. It's not gonna smell great.
Oh, that's so terrible.
there's a Mongolian death worm.
Oh,
That's in the Gobi Desert in
anything
Asia.
with the title "death" in it, done. I'm done. No,
Yep.
no, thank you.
But none of those things. It's none of those things. I'm going with a classic North American cryptid, the Native American thunderbird.
How did I know you were
okay.
gonna go for that?
I think
Okay.
they're so cool.
Yes, very cool.
I think they're very cool.
Agreed. Oh, that is a good choice.
10 out of 10 on the Thunderbird. I don't know nearly enough about it, but I just think that they're cool. And this isn't like the Thunderbird or whatever, but there is the art, over on when you're heading to fucking Raging Rivers or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. There's the cliffs that are painted in
It's on the river, Great River Road. Yes, on the way like to Alton and
It has a weird name.
Piazza.
Yeah.
The Piazza bird.
okay.
Piazza.
It's the pronunciation is P-Y upside down E-S-A-W. Whatever. Piazza bird. That's what's painted there. That's not a Thunderbird, but I do always we would drive past that going up to the Raging Rivers, and I was that was very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. So tell me about the Thunderbird then.
Let's see. Thunderbird is a mythological bird-like spirit in North American indigenous peoples' history and culture. It is considered supernatural, being of power and strength. Like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about it, other than it is a Native American mythical creature. The Algonquian, the Siouan, the other tribes whose names I will not attempt to say, lest I offend, because I won't say them correctly.
So what's it called? Is it called giant thunderbird, or is it
The Native American, well, it's just called Thunderbird.
okay?
Yeah, it's just
But
all Thunderbird.
yeah, some people call it like the Native American Thunderbird specifically, but it's
I didn't know if it was
it's
like
really
a
just
giant thunderbird. Or...
It is. I mean, it is like a giant creature. Let's see. Similar beings appear in mythologies the world over. Examples include the Chinese thunder god Li Gong, the Hindu Garuda, and the African lightning bird. So
Oh, that's excellent.
yeah,
African lightning bird.
a lightning bird.
Nice.
A lot of there's a lot of art and things like that that have these giant birds on it that various tribes use. There's totem poles, and they use them in clothing,
yeah.
like different textiles.
Sure.
And, obviously there are like paintings on cliff sides and things like that. So it is cool.
I did a Google. It said that the Native American lore is they were large birds with very, very, very big wingspan, with the ability to control thunder and lightning,
Very, very
and had a
frightening.
fierce appearance. Very cool.
It's also a D&D monster, and I appreciate that.
Oh, legit.
So
Okay.
appreciate that.
All right. And people report seeing these large birds during storms
Yeah.
near bodies of water, but people think they're misunderstood, that they're just seeing a very large
Probably.
eagle
Probably.
or what was that, an albatross. They're quite
Albatross.
quite
You ever
big.
seen a fucking
Yeah,
albatross?
they're pretty
Terrifying.
huge.
We talked about this. We talked this in the last podcast. Birds are fucking dinosaurs.
Right.
No, I 100% believe that, and I also think that the Rescuers Down Under made me like the idea of having giant
Sure,
birds
yeah,
you
they
can
could,
like
yeah.
befriend
Oh.
and ride.
Get this one. On April 10th, 1948, 3 individuals in Overland, Illinois, spotted what they originally thought to be a passing plane, but after seeing a large set of flapping wings, they realized that it was not a plane. It was something very different.
Maybe it was
Could
a
it
bird.
be? Could it be a
Maybe
Thunderbird?
it was super.
Maybe it was Superman.
Overland, Illinois. you
Overland,
say?
Illinois. Now,
How far
if you're
away are
lucky
we
enough to
talking?
see a native Thunderbird, it represents power, protection, and strength. Nice. Maybe it's a good one.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
But yeah,
well,
that's
Illinois.
actually
That's
good
actually
to
a
know.
cool.
I like
that's a cool
I like
cryptid.
them.
I do like it.
Well, I do have a zodiac we can do. And then I got a little like game we can do at the end, but I know Ashley also needs to tell her stories. So
get some real ghost stories.
so I'll do the horoscope real quick for everybody here. What cryptid are you based on your zodiac sign?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, this is coming from the sandb.com. The Scarlet and Black is the independent student news of Grinnell College. I don't know where it is.
Grinnell
Great.
College?
Grinnell.
Oh,
You were right. And then
said
yeah.
Grinnell, like, ooh,
Grinnell.
Get a McGriddle. College.
Oh, this is posted in February. Good. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
God.
it.
All right. It's recent. This is good info. All right. Aries, you are the Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil. That's an excellent name.
It is. Like the Jersey Devil, you too look like you play Dungeons and Dragons. Yet it's not your physical appearance that ties you to this cryptid. It's your crippling tendency to lie. Your story emerged from tall tales. All right, Taurus, you are Bigfoot.
Oh,
Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Grassman. The only thing we know
Grassman. Is that a legit name for one?
Yeah, there's so many names for Bigfoot.
I've never heard of Grassman. Okay.
the only thing we know for sure is that you're big and hairy. Just because I went with this.
That's fantastic.
Just because people rarely see or hear from you doesn't mean you aren't important.
Oh my God.
Gemini, Mothman.
Oh man.
You are unpredictable and seek out adventure. Yet sometimes you come on too strong with those big eyes of yours.
Big red eyes.
But you will get whatever you want with that hypnotic stare.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Cancer? Cancer's the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Ooh. Okay.
You're just a silly little guy. Sometimes referred
Silly little guy.
Those things are terrifying.
You're just a silly little guy. Sometimes referred to as a pair of child-sized white sweatpants. You may look cute and cuddly, but on the inside, you only come out at night to, well, cry.
To cry?
To cry.
The Fresno Nightcrawler gives me chills.
What?
Every time
What?
I watch
I
the
thought it was a
footage.
silly little guy.
No, every
It
time
just
I
says
watch
it's
the
a-
footage, it gives me so
What
like,
footage? There's footage?
There's
It
pants
is.
with nobody inside
There's
them.
pants with nobody inside them. I thought it was a pair of pale green pants with nobody inside them. Damn.
I'm not gonna turn
Let's
the
see.
volume on. I'm trying
What
to.
in the world?
Let's see it.
I'm pulling it up. Look at them.
Look at those little pants go. I mean, it is just a silly little guy.
There's like 2 of them.
It's how they're walking. Like
Yeah, show me it again now. I see.
people have tried recreating that walk and they can't do it. Like
What is happening? It looks like a jumpsuit more than a piece of pair of pants.
I mean, I think they do look like the pants that nobody inside
They
them.
do. They do look like a pair of pants with nobody inside them.
But I stand by this article. He's a silly little guy.
He's a silly little guy.
Sometimes referred to as a pair of child-sized white sweatpants. I stand by it.
Okay.
All right, Leo.
Moving on, Leo.
Kraken.
Woo, the Kraken. That's a good one.
Like the Kraken, you are the center of attention. Whether you're being admired or absolutely destroyed, you don't care as long as you can capture your audience. Winky face.
Admired or destroyed.
As long as you can capture your audience.
Winky
face.
Okay,
All
excellent. Excellent.
Virgo, you are the Yeti.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like the Yeti, you are often misunderstood due to your meticulous nature. It's all right, Virgo. All that matters is that you know you can weather any Iowan snowstorm. It must be all that hair.
Oh.
Libra, El Chupacabra.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know you guys are kind of like a hardier Edward Cullen, but without the skin of a killer. We should all be grateful that your gaze is limited to animals, but maybe give those poor farmers a break. They are an integral part of our community.
Okay, that's awesome.
Scorpio, you're the Wendigo.
I don't think I know what this one is.
eat a person, you become a Wendigo.
Oh,
It's another like
It's a
Native
Native
American thing.
so
that's-
don't eat.
But you
a
turn into this
person.
like a lot of people say you turn into this like big creature with like a skull face and like antlers.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
they're
then you
bad
create
news bears.
like
You want to eat people?
meat, and you want to eat people.
oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So you
that.
only
it's a really bad omen.
So you only turn into a Wendigo if you have eaten a person in your
Yep.
lifetime?
That's the myth.
Yep. If you have
If you eat
partaken
people-
in any cannibalism, you will become a Wendigo.
That's gross.
I believe
There's
it's
a-
something to do with like your soul, but I don't want to.
I think
What if
so.
you're a kid and you like chewed your fingernails? Does that count?
No.
Okay, good. I'm safe.
What's the?
Kids, don't eat your boogers. You might become a Wendigo.
Oh, there's a video game called Until Dawn, and that's
Oh, yeah,
the,
they're just
that's the
doing a
monster
remaster
in
of
that
that
one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's creepy.
oh,
It's a creepy one.
oh, that's scary.
All right. So that's Sorry, I didn't even give Scorpio a description.
You're right. Sorry, I
Scorpio
interrupted.
for
I had never
Wendigo.
heard of this one. I was stunned.
A friend to some, an enigma to all. Like Wendigo, you have an intensity that captures the heart. I wouldn't want to have a staring contest with you. I'd cave to all that riz.
Oh, okay.
Thanks to the S&B for making me read that fucking
Yes,
sentence.
yes.
Sagittarius.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Phoenix.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's
Dude,
cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
Okay, I'm with you.
Rising from the ashes. No one knows how to make a comeback quite like you. Keep doing what you do best, but remember, it doesn't always have to end in flames.
Okay, I gotta write that down. That's good advice.
It's good advice. Keep doing what you're doing, but remember, it doesn't always have to end in
I'm
flames.
writing it down. It doesn't always got it. Okay, that's fantastic. I love it.
Capricorn.
Woohoo!
We're the Loch Ness Monster, baby.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like our beloved Nessie, your public appearances are carefully planned. It's true. You like to make a splash large enough to be noticed, but small enough that people can wonder if it happened. Maybe one day you'll have the courage to show your whole self to the world. That's what this podcast is. Large enough, large enough to be noticed, but small enough to make people wonder if it actually happened.
That's
All right.
fantastic.
Aquarius is the
Okay.
Banshee.
Ooh, okay.
This is Olivia.
That's Olivia for sure.
You are afraid to share your pain with the world. Never let anyone tell you you're too loud. Speak your truth.
That's awesome.
All right.
Love it.
Last one, Pisces. Pisces is the siren.
Oh, okay.
Please, I'm a star! If it weren't for your gorgeous looks, you wouldn't be able to get away with your master manipulation.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
Oh, that's
I
funny.
thought that was pretty good. That cracked me up. That was one of our better ones.
Yeah, that's a good one. Too
Oh
funny.
my
I
god,
like
they
mine.
have so
I'm
many
happy with
good
mine.
ones. Listen, they have which childhood book series are you? Which practical mode of transportation? Your zodiac's cat breed? Which federally recognized Midwestern state are you? These are gold.
Federally recognized Midwestern states. Are there Midwestern states that are not federally recognized?
Well, I think the other people who are like, I'm from California and I'm in the Midwest. That's not true, but you get what I'm saying. Like they
I
might
see.
say like, I'm from Montana. This is the
Okay,
Midwest, and then
okay.
maybe some people disagree.
I see.
Point is, I've never bookmarked a page so fast. So,
Okay. Found a goodie.
thank you, the Scarlet and Black. I'm gonna have to learn about Grinnell College. I'm gonna have to. Maybe I have to take some extracurriculars or something. I don't know.
You're right. Do you know there was I
Probably
had to sign
sad.
up for like an extracurricular or something, and there was a class. It was something like, it was like comic book heroes or villains. I can't remember which one. And she's like, I'm like, ooh, sign for that one. That sounds really cool. That could be a really fun class. I said, I'd take it. I'd take the class with you. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna sign us both up. And then she's like, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna say if the teacher asks me, why is your mom here? And she goes, I think I'll say, this is my emotional support mom.
Do you know Sam just sent me a thing that said, this is my emotional support eldest daughter or whatever, and that's from the moms or something.
Oh,
And
that's
I was
hilarious.
cracking up at it. She was like, this is you.
Yes, it
I was like,
is.
it's true.
It is. I would say that. I would say it in reverse.
I
Yes.
said, we have a podcast.
That's fantastic. I love it. But
All
then
right.
she couldn't take the class. It conflicted with other things, so we didn't get to do
Terrible.
the fun class. But that's okay.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
Ashley, I think
It's your
it's
time
time,
to shine.
to tell us some ghost stories. I'm just gonna say that her old house, her parents' old house,
Oh,
was haunted
terrifying.
as fuck.
Terrifying.
And that's all I'm gonna
Everyone-
say.
Everyone who has gone in that house has had some sort of experience or whatnot.
Everyone
So-
who went into the house.
Not me.
Yes.
I slept over one time. I didn't.
You
have
slept
any-
over
I
at the
did
old
not-
house?
One time. I never had no experience. so.
You weren't in the room.
Well,
there
no,
was-
because you said everything was haunted.
yes, I warned you.
And Abby is a genius.
Here's the thing.
I'm not going in that room.
I don't always. I'm not gonna say that I super believe in ghosts. I'm not just gonna say we don't really know what happens and that there are unexplained phenomena out there. But if someone tells me a room is haunted, I'm not gonna fucking sleep in the room.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to try to disprove them. I'm out.
Well,
No.
like with me, I believe in ghosts wholeheartedly. Like I've had too
Okay.
many experiences to be like, that's not. They're not real.
Sure.
Okay.
So like my very first experience, again, this is at my parents' old house, which was a duplex that for a time the right side of the duplex was vacant. Like no one lived there for probably about like 8 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
But that
Now,
was
how old
later
were
on.
you? How old were you at the time of this experience that you're going to tell us?
I was around 6 or 7.
Oh, okay. Pretty
So pretty young. Yeah. And I was playing, we had a bunch of friends over. I had a bunch of friends in the neighborhood and we were playing hide and seek in the house. Me and my friend Shauna were hiding from our friend Simone and whatnot. And so I went upstairs into my bedroom closet and was like hiding in the corner. And Shauna was next to me and I was like sitting there talking with her and all this kind of stuff and just was like, you know, being kids and whatnot when you're playing hide and seek. And then all of a sudden we hear
whispering.
someone come in the room and we go real quiet. And then door opens. Well, Shauna's standing in front of me, not next to me. She opened
She
the
thought
door.
that Shauna was in the closet with
And
her.
I looked next
And
to me,
so-
and there was
and-
no one next to me. So the whole entire time, I was talking with
Somebody.
Question mark.
But it was a little girl. I know it was a little girl and
So,
whatnot.
so this is the first time you've had this
that
experience.
was the first time I had had an experience.
Now, had you lived in this house along your
My
whole life?
basically my entire
But,
life.
so it wasn't until you were like 6 or 7 that you
Yeah.
had this experience. Okay.
Yeah. Over the years, like, I had told my mom, I was like, there's something wrong with that room. And that room was like, you would go up the stairs, you turn left, and then the hall splits into a T section. The left side was where my mom and dad's room was, then there was a bathroom, and then there was a door to the right of the bathroom that was my sister's bedroom, and at the end of the T on the other side was my bedroom. My mom and dad could tell you they tried anything and everything to get me to sleep in that room. I could not sleep in that room. I was terrified, having nightmares, all that kind of stuff. They bought me so many different beds because they were just trying to get me to sleep in that room. And I was like, nope. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I didn't sleep alone until I was probably like 9 or 10 because of how terrified I just was.
Well, yeah. So go back to the hide and seek. You had a conversation with a little girl, but it's dark, so you don't really see her. Or did you see her?
I didn't see her. It was dark.
Okay.
So,
She thought that she was talking to Shauna the whole
So
time.
you're thinking the whole time it's your friend. Then it turns out she opens the door and there's a friend
Yeah.
outside the closet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Shauna's not even there. And
the
Shauna
little
even
girl
asked me,
has
she's
now-
like, who are you talking to?
Oh my god.
And I was like, I thought it was you, but...
So did you tell your parents that
I
you had
told
that
my
experience?
parents, and my parents just like, it was,
I mean,
it was
you know,
nothing
right.
and all that. And like, all the time.
I don't know if I would have thought that was anything that big of a deal either.
Yeah, well,
because you're
when you're-
playing and there were other
Well,
kids in
when
the
you're
house.
6
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But so my parents kept trying to get me to sleep in my room, wouldn't do it, and I kept telling them, I was like, I don't like that room. There's something wrong with it, whatever. So I would sleep in my sister's room. I would sleep on the floor in my parents' room. When my sister moved out, I just didn't want to be upstairs in general, so I just slept on the couch for like 2 years.
Oh wow.
Like I was just like, nope, can't do it. And I told my mom, like, I think there's like a little girl in there because me and my sister, we'd play like with toys and whatnot. We would like, we had, Furbies, you know, we had one of those battery drained, you know, and it would make creepy noises, all this kind of stuff. And it was always terrifying. But my sister was playing pranks on me one night and like she was being like just trying to tease me and get me scared. And so finally, the end of the night comes. She had scared me a couple of times with the Furby and whatnot. And so finally, I was just like, I'm going to bed. Well, in the middle of the night, she had put the Furby in the closet. I saw her do it. She put it in there. In the middle of the night, we both wake up to like the Furby going nuts in the other room, and it was in the center of the room in my bedroom.
Oh.
And we were just like,
I was so shocked.
yeah.
That was an honest reaction.
So me and Missy immediately closed the door, went to bed. We're like, we're not going in there. We're not investigating that. Like that's not. No, we're noping out of that situation.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna burn that Furby.
Yeah. So like, but that would happen where random toys would get pulled out, all this kind of stuff. So as I got older, like my parents would go out and play darts and whatnot, and I would stay home and be home alone.
Missy
Well, when
was,
I was-
Missy was down
Yeah,
school.
Missy
or-
was out
okay.
at college and all
Okay.
that, so I'd be home alone, and you could hear something walking upstairs.
Oh fuck me! No way!
It, like it was so much so that even my mom and my dad, like every now and then, would be like, "Who's upstairs?" And like, no one's upstairs. And at this point in time, that was when the neighbors were gone. So there's no one supposed to be on that side of the building that could be making noise upstairs.
My eyes are really big right now. My eyes just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Well, and then we had a bird, and its name was Polly, and we got Stacy, and Stacy accidentally gave Polly a heart attack, so Polly died.
Oh no! Stacey's a cat.
But
the
Polly
people
knew how to mimic the bell really well. Like that's what it would do. So it would just sit there and it would make its bell noise and stuff because it really loved it. But when it passed away, we would just hear it, like hear that bell going. We didn't have a bird cage. We didn't have anything in mind. And we joked around. We're like, "That's Polly." Like if you hear that ding, because yeah, well, because like people would come over and be like, "What's that dinging noise?" And it's like, "Oh, that's the bird." And they're like,
the
"What
ghost
bird?"
of our dead bird.
That's the ghost
Yeah.
bird that lives in our
So
house now.
that was another creepy one. But my uncle, like, he refused to sleep in my bedroom and whatnot. Like, anytime any of my family members would go there, just refused. They're like, nope, there's something watching me in that room. It's
Ooh.
really creepy
That's terrifying.
and whatnot. And I remember we were out in the pool because we had a pool in the backyard, and my uncles were there, and they thought I was upstairs because they saw a little girl in the window.
Oh, holy shit!
And
But it
There's
wasn't
so
you.
many. There's
But it
so
wasn't
many.
you.
it wasn't
different
me
stories.
because I was downstairs in the kitchen, and they're like, "Hey, Sharon, what's Ashley doing upstairs by herself?" Because I had to have been really young at this point. I just remember my mom and my dad my mom telling me this, and they're like, "Ashley's upstairs by herself." She's like, "No, she's not. She's down here." And they're like, "Well, who's upstairs?" Like, no one's upstairs.
Oh my
So-
god!
Do 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 do.
And then when Kate came down when I was in college, I
Listener
hadn't
Kate?
told her. Yeah, listener Kate.
Listener
I
Kate.
had never told her about my house.
Okay.
I was like, nope, we're not even touch it. And at that point, I had went into my sister's room. Like I was like, nope, my.
So at this
bedroom is
point,
not
you're
mine.
in college now.
Yep.
Right. So you guys came home or whatever.
Yeah,
she
came home.
She came home to visit. Okay.
And I had moved all of my stuff into my sister's.
Yeah, right, get the hell
Because
out
I
of
was
that
like, I'm
room.
not
Yeah.
doing that and all that. So
So when I spend the night, I always stay the night in Missy's room effectively.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
So when Kate
Fuck
came
that.
We're taking no chances.
No.
When Kate came down, I was downstairs. We were home alone. I was downstairs, and she was taking a call from Elijah. And so she's like, "Can I go upstairs to take a call from Elijah?" And I was like, "Yeah, just whatever." So she goes upstairs, and she starts pacing back and forth. And then she told me, and this might be something when, if we have her on, she can go into more detail, but she told me, no, the entire time I was sitting on the edge of your parents' bed, like in your bedroom, like looking down that hallway into my old room. And she was like, there was something there. It was the creepiest feeling in the entire world. Like, she's like, someone was watching me and I was very uncomfortable and I did not want to be there and whatnot. And so we've always joked that there's this little girl that's like there. And I never joked about it, but like everyone else kind of was like, yeah, it's the little
that was
girl.
scary for you, so it's not a
Yeah.
joke, yeah.
Well, when we moved out of that house, we'd lived in that house for 20 plus years.
Your mom didn't ever believe you.
My mom always said no, there's nothing there, because she would get up super, super early. So her and my dad slept in different rooms so that she didn't wake him up before going to work.
Okay.
So she started sleeping in that room and whatnot, and she was like, if there was something there, I already told it, don't bother me, like, whatever.
Sharon doesn't give a fuck.
Cold.
Yeah.
You will not fuck with Sharon.
I gotta get some sleep. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, basically. And that's literally what she does. Whenever anyone says that room's haunted, she's like, you just gotta tell it, don't bother me, I won't bother you, get away from me. Like,
You
all
know
that kind of
what?
stuff.
Nerves
You know
of
what?
steel.
And you know what? I fucking said the same fucking thing when we were having that clicking noise thing or whatever in the
And it ran
fucking
away.
house, and it ran away. And I literally said, let me tell you something. If you're gonna live here, you're gonna shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're
We're
gonna
having
stay
it.
here. I don't really give a shit, but you're gonna quiet the fuck down.
Yeah. No,
My
it's-
house.
Exactly. But my mom actually has way more ghost stories than I do.
Real. This whole
Because
fucking family's a
my
conduit.
Well, do you know
They got the gift.
in downtown
Juju.
downtown
The shitting.
The shinning. The shinning. Don't you mean the shining? What, do you want to get sued?
in downtown Belleville, like there's all those historic
Yeah.
buildings and whatnot.
Sure.
And there used to be a school bus company down there. Well, my mom was a safety coordinator for that school bus company,
Okay.
and they worked in one of the historical buildings. And she was like, there was something there. Like we would see cabinet doors go open and close. You would like hear stuff in the middle of it. Like she's like, she has so many stories. Oh well, to finish up the house story, we moved out.
So you said you lived in this house for 20 plus years.
We had
and
20
your
plus
mom had been
years.
sleeping in there.
My mom had been
Okay.
sleeping in there.
And since now, then you've moved out.
Yes, we've
Yeah.
moved out. We're moving my parents
They
out.
bought a new house.
Yep. And so we moved them out, and my mom pulls me aside and she goes, remember that when you talk about that little girl in the other room? And I said, yeah. And she goes, yeah, she's not happy that we're moving. She told me that we need to keep the toys here.
Oh.
And I was like, so now you're gonna believe me?
Apparently, this little girl was fucking pissed that they were taking all the toys when they were moving.
Did you leave her some?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea. I was just like, yep, there's something in that room.
But that was like the first time her mom would ever admit that there was
Yeah.
anything in that room.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And
it was one of those things.
She wanted some toys.
I don't know if she was a little girl though. She could be something masking as a little girl. I don't trust it.
Oh, okay.
Happens on
well,
the
that's
internet-
a terrible
happens
thought
on
now.
the internet all the time.
What? Folks, that's a whole different
Some
story.
creepy old man.
Oh my, I have nosatories. I don't have
Yeah.
the shinning. It's
I-
not an option. We don't have it.
I will say I only have one story that is all well besides the like
The
ticking
wallet.
noise,
The ticking noise of the wallet with the cards
I
spilled
still,
out on your bed.
The wallet. I don't even know if I believe there was a ghost.
I
I
think
just
you were
I just
sleepwalking or
want
something.
Yeah, I
I
think
just
that
want an
was a-
explanation why the cards were on the bed in a nice little stack and the wallet was empty.
I don't know. Well, we may never know.
I don't know. Point is,
Okay.
we have the ticking noise in the house. We've got the cards. Neither of those are to me like irrefutable. Well, that's ghost
Yeah,
evidence,
that's
right? It could have been a pipe bomb. Who
just-
knows? For all we know.
That sounds a diffused.
With,
just in
with an
time.
attitude. Okay.
It's a mysterious ticking noise.
So what? But I will say that there was one time that Ashley was driving back down to Carbondale or Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and she would call me because it's like, were you living with Missy at the time? Or were
No,
you in
this
Carbondale?
time I was in Carbondale at
Okay.
my very first
You had your
apartment.
first apartment.
So that's about a 2-hour
So you're
drive.
driving back down there from being up in Belleville or wherever. Yeah.
From
Yeah,
Mascuda.
from
yeah.
Mascuda.
Okay.
Yeah, we were at our house and
Okay.
she left,
and
and
you were still in Mascuda.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
This was like early relationship.
Okay.
Right. I had not quite graduated and moved down to SIU
Carbondale
yet.
yet,
Yeah. And so she calls me. She left the house maybe like late, like 11-ish.
That night I left at 1 a.m.
Oh,
I stayed
God.
super late that night.
I thought you got home at 1 a.m.
Oh, that's
No.
Okay.
very
Well,
late.
the point is, you were driving super late. We're like, oh, lunch for deer, and it's like, oh, we're here, fall asleep or something. So I stay on the phone with you or whatever. And we're on the phone, and all of a sudden, it sounds kind of like almost like radio static, like this, like I don't know, these like just weird, like the phone is breaking up. It's making weird fucking like radio frequency
But then you could
noise.
also
Like it
hear
wasn't the
someone
radio
talking through it.
I don't know.
I could hear someone on my end talking through it because I was getting the same stuff.
What were they saying?
Well,
I couldn't
here's my
understand.
thing.
You just could hear words, but not.
Yeah.
You
To
couldn't
me-
tell what they were.
To me, the ever doubter. To me, I thought it was like her talking, and it was just getting extremely garbled and whatever was going through, and that's what was coming out. I couldn't understand it, but I figured it was her.
Okay. I've noticed on
Talking
my
to me.
phone sometimes I'll talk, and then I'll hear it kind of bounce back, and I'll hear myself.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was
it
not
wasn't
that
like that,
by all.
okay.
And then there was just like kind of with this like really high pitched like whine noise, and then dead silent, nothing.
Oh.
And we didn't. And so one of us hung up,
Yeah.
and then
I think I hung up because I was freaking out.
And-
I started freaking out real
we,
bad.
And we called back, right? And then she tells me what happened.
So while I was
So the
driving,
phone went dead. You were
Yeah.
disconnected.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then who called who back?
I don't remember. One of
Okay,
us.
so
one of
you
us
called
did.
the other one back.
but when we were on the phone afterwards, I was like, "You're staying on the phone the rest of the time that I'm driving." I was like, because there was a light in the field, in the cornfield. Because you're driving through those cornfields.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
I drove those so many
farmland all the way
times.
down there,
You
yeah.
know, like I've driven them so many times at night, during the day, like whatever. And I saw this light in the cornfield, and then it started moving a little bit closer, and then it started moving a little bit closer, and then it looked like it was a standing being, and then I was like, nope, and floored it because
Because
not
about
as-
that exact
about
same
that
time.
exact same time, the phone started doing the weird thing, and I said, nope. I'm going. I'm not staying for this. I hate aliens. I'm not getting abducted. I
Oh
told
my
Abby exactly where I was at. Like, I was like, no, if I go missing, I was abducted by aliens. This is not a joke.
What the actual F?
It was-
I'm stunned.
It
I'm
was
stunned,
one
listener.
of the most terrifying things
Well, yeah.
I have ever experienced, especially being someone who absolutely hates aliens.
She does.
And, like,
She's
is
terrified of them.
absolutely terrified of them. Having that experience, I was in tears basically on the drive.
I
So
won't
she calls
lie.
you back, and she's like full freak
She's
out.
full freaked out, and she was like, I don't know, because she thought maybe it was just on her end that it was all garbled, or she's like, did you hear that? And I'm like, no, because then I explained what the phone sounded like. She's like, that's what mine fucking sounded like, and I said,
And,
no,
like,
there's
I
just this
wasn't-
it was like this really high pitched whine, and then nothing.
And the thing
I
is,
was
I
like,
wasn't talking on the other line because I was just like, what is this noise?
Right, right,
Like,
'cause, you're
and also I was seeing the shit that was going on next to me.
You caught the
and
alien making the crop circles, and he's like, "Oh, I got caught."
I've never heard a phone like make the noises. Like I said, it wasn't like when you're breaking up and it's like clearly static or what the other person. It was like very weird, like other frequency coming
it
through.
almost
Yeah,
was like how an old computer's internet dial-up
that
sounds like.
that is kind of what it
Okay.
was
But
like.
but it wasn't that same exact. It was
No,
still
but like-
very distorted and
Just a different-
everything.
But imagine the AOL dial-up noise,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding, like all of that, like just like kind of a weird, but not
Kinds of
not
different
exactly
noises like that.
right,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
yeah,
Oh, that's terrifying.
yeah,
Especially when you're alone.
Yeah.
It's pitch black, and
it's like 2 a.m.
not a lot of light on those roads on the way down there. Was it near Virgins? That's my favorite city.
I don't
Or
remember.
town
It
on
was
the way to
after-
Carbondale.
after Tilden.
Tilden.
Yeah,
It was after Tilden, but
for
before
Pinckneyville.
Before
for
Pinckneyville.
Pinckneyville. It was in that like weird stretch when you pass.
That is the worst stretch.
Yeah.
But so that's some of Ashley's. Well, I got a thing to lighten the
Good
mood.
Lord.
Okay,
I have more stories, but I could hold them until Kate
I think
gets
so.
there.
I think
Yeah.
so. This is a bracket of different types of monsters and cryptids and things like that. Okay, it says monsters that you will date, and it's a bracket.
Oh.
but we don't have to necessarily do like a bracket. I'm just gonna give you an either or. Really. Okay. So number 1 is witch or a skeleton. Which one would you date? The witch or the skeleton?
Which,
I think I gotta go witch as well.
yeah, the
Yeah,
skeleton.
necrophilia is not.
The
really-
skeleton, yeah,
Hey,
it's
this is
kind of.
bone.
It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to snuggle with that.
No.
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 I
All
could
right.
make some really great xylophones.
I would not. That's just you don't think a witch could get you some bones to make a xylophone? All right, shapeshifter or a zombie?
Shapeshifter.
Obviously. I mean,
Absolutely.
come
Be
on.
whatever you want.
Yeah. Don't be decaying near me. No, thank you.
This one says a snurson, a snake person,
Oh,
or a tengu. A tengu, because I looked this up, is a supernatural being in Japanese folklore that are often depicted with human or bird-like characteristics, and they usually wear like a mask.
I'm gonna go with the
they
Japanese.
have like the tusk things. Or...
No, it's you know Demon Slayer, the guy who wears the red mask with the long nose.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna
that?
go with the snake person.
I'm going with the other.
Okay,
Not a fan of the
I'll go with
reptile.
the snurson.
Yeah.
Robot or an angel?
Angel. Robot can get kind of. I guess
I don't know, but angels can be very like
Righteous.
domineering.
They could also have like a million eyes. Be not
Yeah.
afraid, motherfuckers.
That's true. That's true. But a robot could like turn on you. Not gonna-
Or it could turn you on. Who knows?
You know what?
If you're into that,
You're into that kind of thing.
I'm gonna go with the
No
robot.
judgment. Ash says robot. What are you going, Abby?
I went with the angel.
Okay.
I went with the angel.
Okay.
Okay. Cat girl / cat boy, your choice, or werewolf.
Werewolf. I'm much more of a dog person than a cat person.
Catboy.
I want them to turn me into werewolf. We already discussed this. I like werewolves. Oh well, no. This one feels like a cheap shot. Mothman or were creatures. Because I'm like that's lame.
Jersey Devil or Mothman. Still be Mothman.
Yeah, me too.
I think I gotta go Mothman because I just went with werewolf.
Though the Mothman is tied to a lot of really bad omens.
Mm-hmm. But if you're dating them,
Would your relationship just be destined to fail?
or would you be immune to that?
Maybe.
All right, Bigfoot or a centaur, which would you be willing to date?
Man, Bigfoot's really hairy. But a centaur has got a cow head.
Centaur is a human horse.
Oh, he's got the horse body, the horse lower half. Cow head. That's a minotaur. I'm getting my mythical creatures mixed up.
I was thinking of a centaur, but with a cow portion of the body, and I was like, what the fuck is she thinking of? I was like, the udders.
I'm gonna have to go
cow
with
centaur.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
I went
No. I'm gonna go centaur.
I went centaur.
I'm gonna go centaur.
I went centaur.
Because
Centaur are cool.
I think the Bigfoot's a little too hairy for me.
And I like cool. I think horses are fun. All right. Would you want a clone of you or mummy, but like fleshy?
Mummy, but like fleshy. So
I don't know. It just
dead.
says mummy, but fleshy.
What's the first one?
Clone of you.
Clone of me, but I.
Do I want to date myself or a
Do I wanna
fleshy
date
mummy?
myself?
Or a
I
fleshy
get really
mummy?
annoyed with myself, but I'd rather date myself than
But
a mummy.
I do want a clone of me to do my housework.
Well, but they'll want you to do the housework because they're a
Not a
clone of
chance.
you.
Not a chance.
Well, they're a clone of you.
Can I control the clone of me?
No, I don't. They're dating.
So you're just dating yourself.
I tell you what. I think
I
this
would
is,
annoy myself.
I'll go
too
ahead
much.
and choose the mummy but fleshy because I'm hoping, here's my hope, that will get me an in, okay, to the cast of the mummy. Okay. And basically that entire cast is attractive.
Fraser.
Obviously Brendan Fraser version.
Obviously, Brendan.
Okay, everybody in that movie's attractive.
Yes, because you would take the
Practically.
girl and I would take Brendan Fraser.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes. Okay, mummy it is.
Mummy is, that's the only, because clone of me, we're gonna kill each other.
It's true.
Actually,
Although I am pretty perfect.
It's true. Or it'll be like the Scott Pilgrim where he meets like the clone of himself, like, oh yeah, no, he's a pretty reasonable guy. Like we went and got coffee. We have a lot in common because it's like it's just him.
Okay.
So that cracked me up. Okay, here we go. Next one. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, do you want to keep doing the bracket? We could keep going as far as like the witch versus the shapeshifter. You know what I'm saying?
Shapeshifter, 100%.
Yes.
Witches can
Shapeshifter.
curse you.
Okay. Okay. Now these are obviously my choices, but the snurson or the angel.
I went with the Japanese one. And I'm gonna stick with that.
The Tengu?
Tengu.
Tengu over an angel?
Yes, I'm going Tengu over Angel.
Angel? Snurson. You went robot over angel, I think.
See, I would choose robot over Snurson.
Okay, good. We have three completely diverging things
Yeah.
because I'm going angel here. Werewolf or Mothman? I know you chose the cat boy.
Then I would go Catboy.
I'm going werewolf.
I'm gonna go Mothman.
Oh my fucking god, you guys. I'm taking the centaur over the mummy. So fleshy.
Centaur? Yeah, agreed.
You went Bigfoot
myself.
over the big. You went Bigfoot over the centaur.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So Bigfoot versus the clone of you.
Clone of me.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Over
Not
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
Interesting. I'm going centaur.
Bigfoot, I don't
You heard it
think
here first.
has
You heard it here first, folks.
has the like they're not clean enough for me. It would get a little gross after
You'd
a
have to
while.
hose them down.
Yeah,
Good
they
one.
start smelling
Or
musty.
like
and
chinchilla. Maybe they take dirt baths.
Also, I feel like
teach
they
them
would
how
be
to take a
dead
shower?
meat. Like they would show up randomly and then randomly disappear.
And
I bet they're
athlete's
really
foot.
strong, and I bet they. Ooh, well, maybe.
We just talked about Chim Crazy.
The fungus. You're right. The fungus. Oh, you're right. But they could open like your pickle jar.
I can
Pretty
do
strong.
that. Look, I got a little grippy thing. What are you
No,
talking about?
I don't
can
have
do
a
that.
grippy thing. That's
Oh,
nice.
you want one?
I do.
I just think they'd be a little flaky and they wouldn't be there.
My
all the
work
time.
can give you one.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay.
I think. Okay. Next one is I have shapeshifter versus angel. Now remember what you chose because you went Tengu and you went robot. I think. Shapeshifter or Tengu, shapeshifter or robot.
Ooh, shapeshifter.
I'm going with shapeshifter over
Shapeshifter.
angel.
Shapeshifter.
Okay, thank
Okay,
God.
okay.
All the rows have come back together.
Okay.
All right. Werewolf or centaur. Now, depending on who you are, you may have chosen the cat boy or the cat girl, or you may have chosen the clone of yourself instead of the centaur.
That's true. I chose Catboy. Or werewolf is my choices.
Or centaur.
Or centaur.
Cat boy or the centaur.
I'm gonna go centaur because it's
Oh,
interesting.
myself.
Keep it interesting.
You're sticking with yourself. Ashley's very confident. Okay.
I feel like myself would be able to be like, okay, we are under agreement. This is how things are going. Cool. Let's go.
All right. Shapeshifter versus werewolf or cat boy or yourself.
Or centaur because I went centaur.
Oh, I thought you went with the cat boy.
No.
I see. Okay, so shapeshifter
Shapeshifter
versus
or
centaur. Shapeshifter versus
I'm
yourself.
starting to feel a little leery of the shapeshifter because they could like trick me, you know. So
No, I'm going shapeshifter. They can be a werewolf. They can be myself
It's
if I'm
true.
really
That's
into that.
true. But then they could fool me and make me think
They-
there's somebody.
They inevitably will do that probably to me anyway. Oh, there was another side to this. Okay, we'll wrap it up, people. We gotta
Shapeshifter.
shapeshifter.
You'll go myself all the way.
She's going her side all the way. All right, here we go. The other side of the bracket finally has popped up. Mermaid/merman versus the vampire.
Ooh.
Vampire. I hate the fucking ocean.
It's gotta be vampire. It's gotta be vampire because I'm not living in the ocean.
It's true. There's
Yeah.
probably some attractive vampires out there.
There are some very attractive vampires out there.
Unless one of them has got a Ursula curse that allow them to walk on land.
That's true. That's true.
Ain't catching me in
I mean,
that.
have you seen the vampire in Dracula in Van Helsing? Yeah.
Of course.
Sold-
And
sold.
that is my in to memeing the Hugh Jackman werewolf,
True.
which is what we really want.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is a kelpie
Oh, I know what kelpies
versus a harpy. A kelpie is like a evil water horse demon thing.
Okay.
Going
a
harpy.
A shape-shifting spirit inhabiting locks in Irish and Scottish folklore. It's a horse-looking thing, though.
And what's a harpy?
A harpy's like this, like half human, half bird thing. They're in,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the
The
Jason the
unicorn.
Argonauts, I think.
Was it in the unicorn? The last unicorn, and she had like four.
Yeah,
heads
but
or
she
some
didn't look.
shit?
Yeah, the classic harpy looks more
Okay.
human than that.
That's
And-
kind of terrifying to me. That's kind of terrifying.
Really?
Also, the other thing is harpies. They can either be very, very pretty or very, very ugly.
right. And are you willing to take that chance?
And they harp on you.
But the kelpie is just
Ashley-
an evil demon horse, so
Right.
just
Ashley
clear.
would not care about if it was ugly because she likes the squonk. So
She does like the squonk.
Harpies are a different thing.
it's true. It's true.
I'm like squonk
Aren't
can't help
harpies
it.
evil too?
Yeah, they are.
Well, sure, Mom.
They
come
like
on.
they're
These
like
are this
they're
is
like
monsters.
sirens, but in the air. Like they lure people in and all that kind of stuff.
What'd you go with, Abby?
I'm going with the harpy.
I think I gotta go harpy because I still don't want to live in the ocean.
We could learn falconry. It could be very
Yeah, I'll go with the harpy.
Okay, next.
fun. Did you go with the harpy? Is that
I
what you
did,
said?
I did.
Okay. Troll or a gorgon,
Okay,
which is
troll?
a Medusa, if you will.
Are we talking about like massive trolls, like from the movie Troll Hunter?
It just says
Or is it
troll.
the cute little troll dolls from the movie Trolls?
Just says troll.
And what was the other option?
Troll.
What was the other option?
Gorgon.
Gorgon.
Gorgons are
Like
Medusas.
Medusa.
I'm gonna go with Gorgon. That's badass. But I can't look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, because I'm.
You're not the Gorgon. You're dating the Gorgon.
That could be problematic.
I would still choose the Gorgon.
Well, if you're into like the blindfolded kind of stuff,
Okay, that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, Gorgon.
You know, if you're into that,
I would do the Gorgon
perfect. I'll go
mainly
Gorgon.
because I'm terrified the troll is actually like a mountain like size troll.
I don't know that I've ever seen an attractive troll.
No.
I have seen attractive gorgons.
Okay.
Never
So-
an account of attractive trolls.
Okay. Next.
Okay.
Did you go Gorgon too, Abby?
Of course I did.
Of course.
Slime,
Ew.
like a slime creature.
Okay.
Okay.
Or
A succubus / an incubus.
Succubus.
succubus.
Succubus. You guys don't want to date Flubber?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Slime's not on my list of things to do.
A ghoul or a dragon?
Dragon.
Dragon. I mean, come on, you guys, come on. That ghoul never stood a chance.
Never stood a chance.
A ghost or a demon?
Ghost. Demons are creepy. They make
I gotta go
deals.
ghost because the demon.
I
is a
think I
little
have to go
scary.
ghost as
Yeah.
well. We just
I
watched
feel like I
Paranormal
get trapped
Activity.
into that
You're gonna get
relationship for an
trapped.
eternity,
You're gonna get
not
trapped.
just.
We just watched Paranormal Activity yesterday.
Did you?
And it's like a demon is what like is like haunting the house. Mm-mm.
Okay, that's a no.
Not for me. Okay, vampire or a harpy?
Vampire.
Vampire.
Okay. Gorgon versus the succubus / the incubus.
That's a hard one.
I want to stick with Gorgon.
I think I'm also sticking with Gorgon.
Yeah, I'll do Gorgon.
Okay. Listen. I think the Medusa is a very misunderstood mythological character, depending on the version that you listen
Absolutely.
to. Don't get me started.
Agree.
Don't get me
That's
started
beef
on
for another
Medusa.
day. That's beef for another day.
Ghost or a dragon?
Dragon.
I mean, it's got to be. Come on, people.
Got me.
Vampire, Gorgon.
Vampire.
I'm going Gorgon.
The eyebrows went straight up with that.
I like snakes.
Yeah,
What
you
can,
said
what
you
can I
did.
say?
Okay. Well, we're both vampires. You're Gorgon.
Right. Dragon or the Selkie? What the fuck is a Selkie?
How did the
And how
Selkie
did
get in
how did
there?
the Selkie get? How did the Selkie get the buy all the way to this far?
That's true.
I can only see half the
It
bracket.
doesn't matter, dragon.
Dragon.
What is a Selkie though?
A Selkie. I believe a Selkie is like a seal-like creature. Please hold.
Oh, it's like a mermaid, but it's a seal.
Yeah.
Oh, you called it. There you go. Okay.
I'm
still going dragon.
Dragon.
A lot of people say that Selkies exist as full seals, and then once every so many years they can like walk on land and like just be full human, like female humans kind of thing. So
Okay.
anyway, point is, dragon or Selkie? You want the seal lady or the dragon?
Dragon.
Dragon. All the way.
Okay, now the question is, vampire or dragon? For me, it's Gorgon or dragon.
Dragon.
I know, right? It's tough.
Okay, is it a dragon like D&D dragon?
I'm telling you, it says dragon.
So it can be whatever dragon I want it to be. I'm going to go with dragon.
When dragon is
Oh yeah, I'm dragon.
I'm gonna stick with the Gorgon. I'm sticking with Gorgon all right.
Interesting. Okay, Abby's turning to stone. Anyway, move on. I'm gonna convert to a Chris, but what do you know?
Sure.
Okay.
Now in the final, we both went shapeshifter, I believe.
Yes.
Took shape.
And
You
she
took
went
yourself.
herself.
So it is for me shapeshifter versus a Gorgon,
Okay.
or
For me, it's shapeshifter versus a
dragon. Yourself
versus
versus a dragon.
That's a hard choice.
That's a really hard choice, Ash. You set yourself up to really
You know what? In a surprise twist, I'm taking Gorgon all the way.
Wow. I think I'm sticking with a shapeshifter.
And it's going shapeshifter.
Because at least it'll fit in my house, And he could shapeshift into a dragon.
What the fuck? Why wouldn't a Gorgon fit in my house?
No, I'm talking about a dragon.
Oh,
Me,
I
my
see.
choices. Me.
Okay.
I love me. Me.
I think I'm gonna go with the dragon because it brings a horde with it. Like
Not. It could be a broke ass dragon. You think a dragon?
broke ass dragon.
You think a dragon on Tinder has got a horde? Okay.
I know.
There's a reason that dragon is not taken.
Annoyed with myself, or people would get very concerned that I'm going crazy.
That's true. That's true.
But if I had a dragon, it's the dragon that I imagine in my head, like D&D, where it can change into a human and all that kind of stuff.
That's great. That's
And
badass.
I'm like,
Okay, that's badass.
let's be a dragon.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got there. So
Do we have time for a skinny scoop poop?
we absolutely have time for a skinny scoop poop.
Okay, well, I have to ask you if you guys probably heard about the little baby hippo that was born.
Moo
Naturally.
Oh, dang, how cute
Naturally.
is
Naturally.
It was very, very cute, right? Well, did you hear about the new king penguin chick that was born. Did you hear about
I
this
don't
little
remember
guy?
his name, but I know
His name is Pesto.
Yes, Pesto and Mudang.
He is 50 pounds. He is as big as his parents.
The baby?
The
Yeah.
baby chick. Look at him.
Oh,
He's huge. He's ginormous.
He's wearing that fucking coat I
He
have
is
in my trunk
wearing-
of my car.
He is wearing your fur coat that is in the trunk of your car. This poor little dude is so
Yeah, I
big
know.
already.
I just looked it up.
No,
No.
isn't he?
So look at that proud papa.
But look at him. He is like the biggest, like penguin, like chick born. Like he's
Yeah.
huge, 50 pounds already, as tall as his parents.
That's amazing.
Can you even imagine? And then they named him Pesto. How cute is that?
That's hilarious.
yeah, my TikTok's been feeding me a lot of Pesto and Mudang content.
Mudang.
I love the best
Yes.
content.
So cute.
I rarely get on the TikTok.
Me too.
But for my brief interval that I was on there to go through all my notifications of all the shit that Sam and Liv send me, there I was being served a lot of. Have you seen those plants at botanical gardens and zoos that look like giant lily pads?
Oh yeah. There are
Okay.
people trying to see which one has the
They call them like they're like the Olympic Games or whatever, and they're these. I mean, like bigger than this table, Mom. Okay,
The
There's
lily
this-
pad.
like,
is
they're
that-
not called lily pads.
Oh.
but
They're a Japanese lily plant, but it's known for its like colossal like lily pads.
Oh.
okay, here we go. What is this? They're giant water lilies.
So they're water lilies. Just giant ones. Oh my gosh! But they're cool. They have a little lip,
Right.
a little edge.
So
That's cool.
So there is this like branching network kind of that runs underneath the leaf that is actually extremely like buoyant and supportive of this leaf. So
Okay.
people will go, they will cut these like large like plywood in a circle and they'll set it down. Then they do they call it like the Olympic Games, and all these botanical gardens and zoos and these places that have these will post these videos on TikTok. And so it's just kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
But once they put that weight down, it disperses the weight evenly across it, and then they start stacking shit. And to see how much
I know listener Kate was following.
listener Kate was sending me, some of them held like almost like 100 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
Wow,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
it was the ones
I've never
without
seen this. I've never seen
without
this.
anything on them, the like without the plywood to disperse it, some of them would get up to like 50 pounds. Like if you can imagine.
Still a ton.
Oh, yeah, no,
Still
that's a
lot.
ton.
Oh, when I say a ton, it's still a lot.
Yeah.
It's actually
But-
not a ton.
But yeah, no, they would get their biggest one, and some of them would put like a little sheet or something like down, like to like I said, disperse the weight, and then they would see which one could hold the most.
Which one
And
would hold the most? That's
I
wild.
thought that was fun. That's the kind of stuff in social media that I am happy to see.
Right. Right.
Like this is what I'm here to see. I want to see
Yeah.
this stupid
I
shit.
know, right now I'm getting fed a lot of pumpkins, like the largest pumpkins and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Because I follow a lot of garden talk and everything,
Yeah.
so all of them are like, "Here's my massive pumpkin. Hopefully, it doesn't split before the weigh-in." And
Oh gosh. That's
So,
fun.
No, yeah, I love this. I like the little niche things.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Now, have you watched any? Now, you said you watched
Paranormal
Paranormal
Activity.
Activity. You watched
Well, that
any
was the
other
first
Halloween?
one because as of recording, today is October 2nd, so
It
we'll probably
is.
go home and maybe put another
Yeah.
spooky thing on or.
We decorated the
I might do
house.
Coraline. I
love
don't think I'm in for a spooky.
I love. She hates Coraline. I love Coraline.
We go like Corpse Bride. I don't need. When I say spooky, I don't mean like we don't have to watch a horror movie. I just need to watch a Halloween. We watch Hocus Pocus. Watch. We could
Coraline
watch.
is a spooky Halloween.
I don't like
She hated Coraline.
I don't. I said I don't like
I'm
that.
not a huge fan of Corpse Bride.
That's okay. You don't have to watch Corpse
Okay,
Bride.
well, you could go home and watch Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's one of my all-time faves. So we decorated the house that day, and Liv put on the Haunted Mansion because it's on Disney.
yes, yes,
Okay,
because you
well,
said a
then-
TikTok.
So then it turned on. Then it ended, and we were still, had time. And she's like, "Let's watch the second one." I was like, "Okay, fine." So she turns on the second one.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you've seen the new one.
No.
It's actually quite cute. We liked it a lot. So we watched that one, and then the next night it's now, and we actually decorated on the 30th of September. So
I see.
the next night it's October 1st, and she's like, "Well, we should watch a Halloween show. We gotta watch one every night during Halloween." I was like, "Okay, what do you want to watch?" She's like, "Well, let's go for the streak." We watched the Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
So it was, which is hilarious. Actually,
Muppets
very
Haunted
cute.
Mansion.
So
I
we
ain't seen that
watched
one.
all three of them. They're all on Disney Plus. So knock
yeah.
yourself out.
You know what was really funny is the other night we watched Clue, which I
Yeah.
don't know. It was September, so it wasn't exactly a Halloween movie, but it wasn't exactly Halloween. So
It had Tim Curry in it.
it had Tim Curry in it. Might as well
It's
be.
a murder
But
mystery. It's good.
it cracked me up because Ashley was watching something and then she was like, "Well, I might watch Clue," And I was like, I was in the back room, she was out in the living room, and I was like, I could be convinced to come out there and watch Clue, because that's my favorite fucking movie. I said, or Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She did not want to watch Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, no.
But we did watch Clue.
Well, you guys should watch the Muppet Haunted Mansion.
Muppet Haunted Mansion.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
It's pretty cute.
You guys need to watch Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah.
Okay, let's write it down. Over the Garden Wall.
That's the...
It's a series, but they're only 30-minute episodes. It's
Oh, okay.
an animated show.
But it's like Elijah Wood, who's Frodo.
Uh-huh.
He's the main character. And then...
He does the voice of the main
yeah.
character. It's cartoon. Okay,
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then Christopher Lloyd is in it.
Oh, excellent.
And
he's in
I think a couple other big names.
Yeah,
but
there's some big
but
names
it's
in
just kind of like a little like odd kind of
It's
spooky-ish
definitely
fall
fall.
show.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
It's
All right.
it's really good. A lot of people will watch it around Halloween. They're like,
Yeah,
I watch
okay.
it every year.
Oh,
Whatever.
really?
So,
Okay, fun.
yeah, because it's maybe
I'm in.
8 or so episodes,
and like I said,
30
they're
minutes.
30
So it's
minutes,
just like boom,
probably
boom,
more
boom,
like
done.
25 minutes, you know.
You know,
Right, but
so
do the commercial.
they're good. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Thanks for the suggestion. I love
Yes.
it.
Sam knows about it, and
Oh,
so does Liv.
Oh,
They just
awesome.
never watch it. 'cause
We've
they're
never watched
losers.
it. Well, I will make them watch it.
Alrighty. Well,
All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but after this, I'm gonna need some serious beef.
and some serious cryptids.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye.